Hey, thanks for streaming this live meditation hour session. And tonight is an exciting day, especially for me because I will be performing at the Laughing Skull in about a couple hours. So I have to meditate and then rush back there. And also tonight is fourth Democratic primary debate, and it's a complete chaos for sure. I mean, not just because of the number of people or number of the candidates who are running for the office, which is in a way good thing because more people out there means that more ideas would be thrown around. But at the same time, it's also a bad thing because under the under the current circumstances, a lot of mainstream media kind of portray the grassroots built leaders in a negative limelight, whereas the corporate fueled leaders as the in a positive limelight. So it's a whole messed up system. Now people who are not closely following politics and rely on mainstream media kind of get into that talking points and buy their narration, and end up choosing candidate which they don't even want in the first place. And that's exactly what happened in 2016 election. So that's why I think primaries are really important. And to be honest, it's a real pain to kind of go through all of this exercise of just creating this illusion that candidates up there are as like hard-hitting questions. And not all the candidates are as good questions. Most of the media who organize these events are clearly biased. And they try to create this reality show, so to speak, and in the reality show, whoever grabs more attention wins. That's the truth of the nature. And that's why I kind of dislike the format of the debate itself. It's not even debate. There's no debate of ideas. In most of the cases, it's just shouting match, like who can scream louder. That being said, since we are living in this reality, and the terms which the media and other political pundits use is who will win this debate. So this is my prediction. I think there are three top candidates on the stage, and not in any specific order, but I'm rooting for three candidates. So those three are Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, and Andrew Yang. These are the only authentic candidates which I feel can actually make real change in the political system, political landscape. Rest all are easy to kind of pick, easy to find out like where their real motivation lies. The easiest way to find that is just to follow the money. Wherever they are being funded from kind of gives you the picture of who is in charge. In real democracy, people are supposed to be in charge. The leaders are supposed to be listening to people. I think there are two different kinds of leaders, right? So the leader who are doing the right thing no matter what, and people rile up behind them. And there are leaders who listen to where the money come from and do whatever their donors tell them to. And within the second category, if the people are funding money, and if it's a real grassroots campaign, and people ask their leader to take some action, even if the leader doesn't want to, then that's the will of the people. But very often that doesn't happen because people mostly put their support for the leaders who are already aligned with their ideology. And so what end up happening is the leaders who are funded or who make their choices based on their donors get funded by elite corporates who want to drive the laws into their favor. I think I've said this even in the past, that all the political ideologies are tools. These are tools which should be used in different during different timeline in different categories for different reasons. And these tools are really, really helpful. Pick up any, I don't know, communist government, and you would realize you will realize quickly how crazy the whole political system is. The government, one central agency, cannot manage the lives and happiness of the people. They can, if people don't have freedom, if the people don't have choice to build up their own lives, and if they have to follow the rules by the government in the communist sense, not the criminal violence laws and rules, but in the day-to-day lives, then people are not free. And that's exactly what happened with communist government, very likely, right? And on the other end, in the crony capitalistic world, which is what US is in some sense, or highly influenced by at the moment at least, most of the corporations which fuel money into political system drive the narration, drive the laws. And that's why you would see why, you know, there are environmental harmful laws in place, even though climate change is clearly real and we need to take action to mitigate that. But the laws are in favor of corporations who get away by polluting you know, the environment in general, and also get away by taking ton of benefits out of people. And this is the reality, because the leaders the leaders in charge pass the laws which favor corporations instead of people. So just drawing those two differences, and I feel that the three candidates which I described earlier, Bernie, Tulsi, and Andrew, these three are really refreshing faces in the political system, and I hope that these three will stand out and can convey the message so clearly and so effectively that people who are not familiar with the current political political policies and whatnot can look up for them and see their refreshing ideas. And of course there are differences between these three candidates as well. And I know for sure that there will be a lot of bias towards these three candidates because you know, the media favors all the other candidates than these three, so they will end up ask or give more time to the other candidates than these three, although Bernie might get a bit longer time than Tulsi and Andrew because Bernie is leading in the polls. So it would be an interesting watch. I don't think I'm going to watch for the entire debate or any of it today. I'll just catch up on highlights tomorrow. But that's my prediction. And I know, like, lately media has been pushing Warren as the main lead because Joe Biden is clearly not up for the job. And that's when I started kind of looking into Warren's history and what she has done. And don't get me wrong, she has done a lot of good work, but currently, if you look at where she's being funded, you'll find the answers. So I don't want to get into those details because there are a lot of interesting political pundits online. Like, just if you look up on YouTube, there are a lot of channels who can tell you in more depth about what's going on around. And even though I'm like very enthusiastic in politics in general, I'm not an expert by any means. I don't have the history of US political system, so to speak. I've been here only for 10 years, more or less, and within those 10 years too, I've not been paying attention actively for the first few years when Obama was president, because I didn't need to. And which I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but it would be interesting to see how the general election gonna turn out to be, because I noticed that Trump get away with all the random shit he does, which is mind-boggling if you think about it. I guess it's a talent for sure. I gotta acknowledge that, even though I personally disagree with pretty much everything the dude does or say, but it's a talent to kind of use the media and the narration as he's using. He's setting the narrative, and the media is falling for it plenty of times. And lately, I've seen that a few people from the left are doing it or starting to do that, which is a good thing, because that drives the conversation from Looney Tune to more realistic part of the world or what's going on in the country, and that brings the conversation back into reality and address the problems we are facing and how to resolve those issues. So it's just a matter of time. I don't know when the debate is starting, but I'm sure while they are debating, I will be performing for my stand-up. So that would be a good distraction. That is definitely a good distraction from the political shitstorm going on. All right. With that note, I'm gonna start meditating for an hour using Vipassana technique, which is to focus on and observe my breath and body sensations. So I need to drink some water. So throughout the next hour, I will go through and describe what sensations I'm looking for when I'm focusing on my breath, and thereafter I'm going to do a quick body scan and then highlight some of the sensations I'm looking at throughout my body, and thereafter I'll just start focusing on and observing my breath and sensations. And whenever my mind wander off, which will happen plenty of times, I'll try to say it out loud so that it's a acknowledgement that I observed that my mind have wandered, and I'm bringing it back to focus on my breath and body sensations. With that note, let's get started. Hey Google, set an alarm for an hour from now.
You got it. Your alarm's set for 7:20 p.m.
I observe the flow of my breath. I observe the temperature difference between my inhale and exhale breath. Now I'm gonna do a quick body scan from top of my head to tip of my toe. I'm gonna scan one body part at a time and highlight some of the sensations I'm observing. I observe the itching sensation on my right ear. Gonna scan my torso, chest, and my back. I observe the sensation of the fabric of my shirt on my chest and on my back. I observe the painful sensation on my back. I'm gonna do a quick scan of my left arm, left hand, and then right hand. I observe twitching on my left arm. I observe itching on my left elbow. Observe itching on my left fingers, left hand fingers. Observe the sensation of my shirt touching my right arm. Observe the point of contact between my right elbow and my right knee. I'm gonna scan my left leg and then my right leg. Observe the connection point of my left knee and my left elbow. Observe the connection point of my left leg at various places with my right leg. Observe the connection between my left feet and back of my right knee. Observe the connection between my right bum and the cushion on which I'm sitting. I observe the connection between my right elbow and right knee. And I observe the connection between my right foot and my left leg. I'm just gonna focus on my breath and body sensation and try to call out loud whenever my mind wander off. I observed that my mind wandered 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 off. Hey Google. Hey Google, stop. Hey, thanks for joining me on this meditation hour session. Until next time, stay